A very good afternoon to you, and thank you very much for being part of this all-important webinar, MPOBB Academy Webinar Seminar, which is the first in its series. So it promises to be interesting because the organizers of this program have chosen a very interesting theme. And the theme for this discussion is When Love Meets Property, Legal Rights in Marriage Under Ghanaian Law.
Coming to the ordinance marriage, the law permits the ordinance marriage to be celebrated in registered places, which include the churches, or in the law says places of worship. But there are conditions also. You don't just go to any church and say that I am registering my marriage.
It's usually the court who determines whether or not a property has been jointly acquired. So that is always in contention, usually during divorce. So what if the parties at the stage where the marriage is being dissolved are now saying that, okay, this property was jointly acquired, but one person says, it was my individual property. How do you deal with that? That is my confusion.
Normally, prenuptial agreements, the court will be prepared to enforce it where it is agreed, this property, Lawyer Jau entered the relationship with it. So the other person will not even be contesting. But where it's being contested, obviously, the court is duty bound to go into the bottom of it to know how the property was acquired and whether it satisfies as joint acquisition or not.
Yes, the principle is that the best interest of the child is the big yardstick. But the Children's Act also says that when the children are very young age, and there's case to the effect that when they are very young, infants, then usually they would let them stay with their mother unless there's something about the mother's circumstances which will not be conducive to the children.
When you come to making a will, like my Lord said, it gives your family a fighting chance. Now, mind you, it does not mean that the said will cannot be contested. Mm-hmm. When you meet a family member who is a litigant, believe you me, they are going to contest the will when they find out that they are not entitled to any property upon the death of the testator. Upon the death of the testator, a will can easily be contested by any member, because mind you, when you die, the will does not necessarily take effect. There are procedures you must go through. It must go through what we know as probate.
It's PNDC law 111 that regulates, as we are familiar with, intestate succession law, that regulates the estate of those who died without making wills.